Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is brought to you by the official video podcast for Aries Fight Series, The 0 Hour. Look it up on YouTube today. This amateur MMA battle is set for three-minute rounds in Aries middleweight division. Introducing first, he's fighting out of the blue corner. He steps into the cage tonight at a height of 6 feet 3 inches tall, having weighed in at 184.4 pounds. He trains with Fit BJJ and he fights out of Alcoa, Tennessee tonight in the Aries Fight Series cage. He makes his amateur debut. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, this is Alec Jefferson! And now his opponent across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He steps into the cage tonight at a height of 5 feet 10 inches tall, having weighed in at 186 pounds. He trains with Nashville MMA and he fights out of Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight in the Aries Fight Series cage, he also makes his amateur debut. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Toma the Hawk Knight. Your referee for this fight will be Josh Amato.
All right, Spectation Sports, we are underway here, Aries Fight Series 30.
Yeah, and you're seeing just the height difference right away. I mean, the game plan's pretty clear. Toma wants to get into the inside, and look at the strength on him just right away, peeling Alec Jefferson down.
Two different body types, certainly. On
Oh,
this
definitely. He's got a nice little single leg, scoops the leg out, and he's got him flat on his back. And listen, if you want to neutralize a guy's height advantage and a size advantage, and this is the way to do it, put him on his back. Looks like a little bit of blue tape might have fallen off one of the fighter's gloves. Oh, it's a wristband. Well, they'll find it at some point.
Somebody's going to catch on.
Yeah, someone will figure it out at some point. But yeah, we got Toma Knight on top again. When you're a debuting fighter, we don't know what to expect, but it seems like he's comfortable in the grappling. And when you look at the national MMA fighters, just so deep with the wrestling credentials that you know it's being constantly drilled into them over and over again. This is a smart way to start the fight because not only do you start to take away some of the energy of your opponent, lean on him, make him less explosive, but just, bank around to start off, demoralize him a little bit, tire him out a little bit, and then you start to open up. So far, it's Toma Knight not really having any adversity, he's just kind of having his own way, not rushing anything, but doesn't really have to so far because Alec Jefferson's just not offering anything up.
Yeah, half guard is really like the desired position, especially when you're talking about, the pro ranks, right? You love to see, it's a winning strategy. You can get there and really control your opponent. And Knight, pretty intelligent. He's happy. He did advance to side control, but right back to half guard to make sure he's got position secured.
Very smart. He goes half guard to side control and then immediately goes for the crucifix, lands a couple good shots, loses the crucifix, and then instead of staying in that position and leaving a scramble opportunity, he gets right back over to half guard and just neutralizes him again. So right to full mount. His ground game's smooth. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And Alex Jefferson's in a big trouble here, right? Mount is a fight-ending position, and you do not want to be hanging out here with a minute with a big, strong, powerful guy like Toma Knight on top of you. That him being short, that's low center of gravity. When he's sitting on your chest, good luck getting him off. And this one's, the end is close.
Yeah, Josh Amato taking a long look there, but nice job by Jefferson to kind of change things up. He is giving up his back now.
You had to do one, right? It's out of the fire, out of the frying pan into the fire. You can't just sit and mount and you're going to get TKO'd. You can give up your back. It's a change of positions, but now you're at threat of either getting rear naked choke or getting flattened out and having more damage. There's only 30 seconds left. I'm confident here that Toma Knight knows that, and he's going to look to just put this thing away right now.
Yeah, he's got some educated strikes here. He's really trying to prioritize accuracy over everything else, and he's finding a home.
Yeah, and it looks like he briefly had a scarf hold. Oh, that left hand got through, and now he's just coming down with both lefts and rights.
10 seconds to work. Whew.
That's a tough round for Alec Jefferson.
Yeah, that is tough. That is very tough. And now he really needs to prioritize making sure takedown defense is on point, because that was a very good round for control as far as Toma Knight goes.
Yeah, I mean, Toma Knight got the fight down right away. He wasted no time, and now he knows that he could get it that easily. You know he's going to pursue it right off the hop. I mean, that was a 10-8 first round. It had everything that's in the 10-8 criteria. Damage, control time, domination. Alec Jefferson offered very little. He survived. Kudos to him. You know, he rolled, he got out of that mount very briefly. He was able to make it to the end of the round, but it was very much one-way traffic coming from Toma Knight, and I do expect that to be probably a 10-8 round. So now Jefferson either needs to get a finish or settle for a draw if he can win the next 2 rounds, but this is an uphill battle.
Yeah, it's definitely not an ideal start for Jefferson. Jefferson definitely going to need to be ready to sprawl and be very careful about throwing kicks, right? Because anytime you throw a kick, you leave yourself more vulnerable for the takedown. I'm not surprised to see Knight be so good on the ground. Just the level of skill that we've seen routinely come out of Nashville MMA. Knight really looks like he's got a very high fight IQ.
Yeah, if you're Alec, you got to watch out. Knight's going to push him right to the cage. He's going to come forward. He's going to wait till he gets to the cage. That's when he's going to shoot. You got to move your feet and keep him in the open space. That would be your best chance of trying to stuff a takedown and landing something. But you do not want to be moving backwards to the cage, because that's when you're going to run out of room.
Fighting behind the jab's a great idea, too, for Jefferson.
Now he's up against the cage. Now it's the takedown.
Hands locked. Knight's going to get this takedown.
Toma Knight is a bread and butter fighter, and those are the kind of guys I like. He knows his strengths, he knows his opponent's weaknesses, and he's not looking to, he's not looking to play around. Sure, the crowd loves a riveting fight. Sure, the crowd loves seeing 2 people just absolutely sling. Well, they had Kirby Reed for that. This is a smart game plan. Go home safe and sound at the end of the night, and so far, I mean, he's just doing everything right. For a debuting fighter, he's showing very high ring IQ, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah, why dabble? Why dabble in the skill set of your opponent and open up a possible avenue to be defeated? It seems like he's got a really good control advantage, and with 2 minutes to work, with how close he was to stopping the fight in round 1, this is definitely dangerous territory for Jefferson.
Yeah, and I think Alec Jefferson's on a shorter leash, being that he took some damage in the first, and the referee did allow him to make it to the end. If he's stuck in this position, he's not improving. They won't give him that benefit of the doubt. They're going to warn him, hey, you need to defend yourself, but you can see there's a scarf choke, essentially. He can't defend himself with his right arm. It's gone.
Yeah, we're moments away. Yeah, it's probably the right
fair
decision.
stoppage.
Good stoppage there from Josh Amato, protecting a young fighter in his debut. As far as Toma Knight goes, man, put him on the list right now as far as Nashville MMA fighters that need to be paid attention to in the year 2025, because he's hitting cartwheels. He looks like he could fight another fight right now if he wanted to.
It doesn't look like he broke a sweat, truth be told. So, yeah, I mean, solid performance, and if Aries or any of the fine Expectation Sports promotions, whether it be Cage Titans, whether it be Mecca, whether it be Baraka, whether it be any of the fine promotions over at Expectation Sports, they'd all be happy to have a guy like this, because, yeah, solid camp, solid fight style, and someone you're going to be seeing a lot more of. And for Alec Jefferson, you got to feel for him. This was a tough debut, but he's learned about himself. He's learned where his weaknesses are, and surely he'll be a better version of him the next time we see him.
Undoubtedly, and selfishly, I hope that we can see Toma Knight again in the Aries cage before too long, but that's a discussion for a later day.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Josh Amato, has brought a stop to this fight. 1 minute and 25 seconds into round number 2. Your winner by way of TKO, Toma the Hawk Knight.
Interesting.